So we got some information about the Halo CE remake that's coming along the way, which some people might be a little disappointed about, and Project Ekur information. So if you guys want to know everything, make sure you stay tuned throughout the whole video to understand all the details. This recent information comes from our boy over on YouTube. Rebs Gaming over here talks about what's coming up for rumored upcoming Halo games and Project Ekur and the Halo CE remake. And seems pretty good information. He's usually pretty spot on with it as well. But what's happening with the Halo CE remake? Well, it doesn't seem like it's going to be the full game, really, in a way. Even not as full as what we're getting for Gears of War Reloaded, as he does state within his report that it does seem to be a campaign-only experience for Halo CE, which I'm sure many of us would be a little disappointed. Halo CE's multiplayer is what really kind of put Halo on the map, right? Put LAN together, put people actually playing competitive FPS games really on console. It was like one of the first games to really do that. And to see that it won't launch with, rumored at least I should say, without a multiplayer does seem a bit saddening, but I kind of understand it as well. As really we can all agree that like time is of the essence when it comes to Halo content, and to build out an entire multiplayer for just a remake, which seems like likely another game, would probably come around, say, in 2027, that it would really probably put a lot of extra time onto the development of the game to really kind of get it out in time. I mean, it seems like it's kind of probably going to be like the strategy that we're seeing a lot with, like, say, Gears of War, which honestly, the Gears of War franchise is kind of in the same boat as Halo right now, where I think both franchises had their heyday back in the 360. Things have kind of fallen off a bit with the recent franchises, and now what they're doing with Gears, I think it's going to be very similar to what we're going to see with Halo, right? Especially when it comes to trying to reinvigorate the audience, and also likely coming over to PlayStation was been the common rumor and leak when it comes to these franchises. Well, at least we know now that Gears Reloaded will be the first Gears game to come over to the PlayStation. And what makes you think that they wouldn't do the same thing for Halo? Especially if you're looking to make the next Halo game be a live service, or at least an active multiplayer game, you need an audience to be able to play it. And if you're tying yourself just to Xbox, you're significantly hindering yourself for an opportunity for success for the game. So being on PlayStation, being on Xbox and PC is the way to go to get that player base. So then like these multiplayer games can at least be successful in some kind of way to where they be, financially viable. Now, myself personally, when I hear that Halo Combat Evolved Remake, which is the long leaked rumor, right, basically all but confirmed at this point, is going to be just a campaign only. Personally, for me, I'm totally fine with it. I don't think a game like this really needs a multiplayer component because it's just nostalgia. It's just get the people to jump in to play a Halo title. Most people will jump in to play a campaign and move on to whatever they're currently playing at the moment, get those nostalgia feels, and then move on to whatever game they're currently playing, be that Warzone, Fortnite, Roblox, GTA, whatever the most popular games are out there. But I think this is a great way to at least reintroduce a lot of people into the Halo franchise with this Halo CE remake. I mean, Phil Spencer was just like, he said like it was a original from the beginning that's been with us for a long time, a classic, right? Like, come on, it's going to be a CE remake. And like I said earlier, with the emphasis on timing being so crucial for people to play Halo content, we can't wait, 4 years for the development of a remake. That, yeah, get this game out, just have it be a campaign. That's what people are really going to play for it. Yeah, a full-fledged, like, remade multiplayer would be fantastic. But if you have, like, more in the works when it comes to, say, the multiple Halo project, which has been rumored multiple times over, which is going to be revealed at HCS Seattle, which I'll definitely cover and be at live. So keep you guys out for that bit of content out for you guys there as well. But I would say that, like, yeah, this is like the most optimal way to at least get people to play Halo, because that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest hurdle right now, is just to get people to play the franchise right now. And I think having the CE remake that's going to be available on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation will be the best way to go about doing it. So no campaign doesn't really bother me a whole lot. Now, the next bit of important information comes from actually grunt.api, which we follow here quite a lot on the channel. It actually goes into, well, the API of Halo, and see some inner workings of codes and things like that are getting updated. One of the codes that you saw getting regularly updated, he says about every 6 months or so, or 6 hours or so. Yeah, 6 hours or so, is this code line right here. Basically, essentially kind of confirming that this is going to be Project Ekur, which is a evolved version of Project Tatanka, which was secretly the Battle Royale mode that was with Halo Infinite. originally, which this actually has me much more excited than what a CE remake's going to be. Like, yeah, CE remake's going to be awesome, but I'm curious what this Project Ekur is going to be, because the fact that it's even referred to internally as Project Ekur means that it's going to be a new experience and it's multiplayer based, meaning that it's either going to be an evolved version of the Battle Royale. Could it be an extraction mode? I mean, it seems to be the new hotness, and I think whatever works best for Halo. But I think I'm hopefully really excited about this is that it's going to be something new and different to experience with Halo. I think that's the biggest thing that the longevity of Halo really needs. It's a new, exciting experience that you can't really find anywhere else. But if you're just going to do a Battle Royale mode, it might end up kind of like Splitgate, where, hey, it's cool, fun, exciting, you play it for a week, and then you don't really come back to it, because it's like, it's a Battle Royale mode. We've been playing Battle Royales a ton since like, 2018 or something like that, when Fortnite first popped off. And so I think you need to kind of have a large-scale, unique mode that's unique to Halo at least, but I think it needs to be something that is unique to Halo itself, as in like a different type of mode. I mean, one thing I've always kind of talked about that I've wanted to see come back to Halo, or not actually come back, but actually fully get revealed within Halo, which is something that they tested out back in Halo Reach. And it was this global battle mode, which is supposed to be like this big, large scale, kind of more cinematic type of experience that they tested out in Reach. I don't know really how far they truly got into it, but you can see that at least like this clip that they showed was all like scripted and super cinematic looking, just explosions everywhere. It's supposed to be like epic scale, get the vibes right, and kind of understand like what they're looking to capture. But you can see like the scale that they had in mind for a mode like this in Halo, I think would be absolutely incredible if you did basically like Star Wars Battlefront, but in Halo, or make it like Halo Wars, but in first-person shooter kind of style, like a typical Halo game. That's something that I think would really grab a lot of people's attention out there, because I never experienced anything quite like that. I think if you can more like the Star Wars Battlefront 2 route, where you kind of had like these upgradable characters, you can like, start out as a Marine and then work your way up to like saying like a Spartan, which would be like a hero character or something like that. That's something that would capture my interest and be like, okay, this is a mode and experience that I think you can't really get anywhere else, really, especially for a sci-fi type of mode, and something that people are familiar with when it comes to Halo gameplay. I think could work out really well, but ultimately come down to the execution of like how would like the depths of the game mode actually play out. But it seems like it's going to be such a significant mode with Project Ekur that it's going to be its own thing, possibly a free-to-play large-scale type of mode, which I would be very excited about when it comes to the Halo experience as a whole. Just to get, again, more accessibility for people to play Halo, more than just like your typical 4v4, your BTBs, your Forge modes, your campaigns. Like, that's all pretty standard. And if the next Halo game kind of just releases with that, essentially kind of would play out like a remake, kind of like what Halo Infinite really played out like. Because while Halo Infinite did its own thing, it still felt like a return to Halo. That was kind of the appeal of the game as well, but it felt too familiar almost in a way. I've always kind of stated that like Infinite would basically be Halo 3 if it released in 2021. I see a lot of similarities when it comes to the gameplay and the mechanics and stuff like that, but I think maybe just tightened up a little bit for more modern audience expectations kind of thing, which I know saying something like that in the Halo community, like, no, you're changing the legacy. But I think it's more about capturing like a modern audience that people kind of expect. Nowadays, people kind of expect sprint and clamber and more snappy shots, like a hit scanning type of weaponry and things like that. But I think ultimately what fits best for the game is what's really needed. And I mean, yeah, like the open world campaign was a really cool idea. It just didn't really capture people's attention as much. You really had to find the uniqueness of the open world aspect of the game rather than having it kind of like set up properly for people to really explore the world. But I digress. I mean, effectively, a Halo CE remake sounds really awesome. I might come back. I'm definitely going to play that a ton. We'll definitely be making a bunch of content on it as well. I'm assuming with this next HTS event, that probably will reveal that, yes, we're getting a Halo CE remake. I mean, Phil Spencer essentially just said it on live stream and also mentioned about the multiple projects, as we keep hearing about from the Halo team, that I think we're actually going to get maybe a slight tease, maybe kind of like a Elder Scrolls 6 type tease when it comes to what the next Halo project is going to be like. Then leave it to Phil and squad to really get a chance to showcase the game, showcase some gameplay, the graphics, the story, and everything else in between. that's kind of my expectation when it comes to what's happening with Worlds this year, which I will cover in depth. I'll get the information for you guys live at HCS Seattle, guys. But if you guys enjoyed this type of video, make sure you tap a like and subscribe. If you made it this far, I hope I earned your subscribe as well. And if you guys want to catch any content from me recently, talking about, say, Intergalactic's recent leaked information, check it out over here on the side of the screen. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.